second verse in my K-pop solo for Y by Taeyon, and it requires 3 or 4 dancers, so whoever wants to help out with that. I believe Michael, Paul, Caitlin, and Millie have said yes so far, so we could potentially have a 4th one, but we don't have to. So in this part, it's the second verse, and basically the backup dancers are going to come out from the side, so you're going to come out from off stage and come right towards me, and I'm kind of like backing up, and you're just going to come like right towards me in a line, and that's where it starts. So it actually ends after the first verse. I kind of do like a spin and turn to face my left, and that's when I see the 3 or 4 of you coming towards me, and I'm going to be backing up as you're coming towards me. So let me show you my part of it so you kind of understand where I'll be on the stage. And most of the time I'm going to be on the right side, and then I kind of travel over here and go on the left near the end of it. So let me play that part for you. It says 4/8 counts, so it's not too much. It's just it happens really fast, especially that last part. But that last part is really easy to like get into muscle memory, because you're just doing this up and then going back, and then all of you will scatter off of the stage in various directions, and I will travel to the center, so you can just go off in the corners and make sure you're off of the frame, or we'll crop it or something. So yeah, that's my part of it. So let's get started with what you are going to be doing. So you're going to come off from the side of the stage, and you're going to start with your right foot going forward first, and your arms are kind of like crossed, and then you're just going to be swinging them as you're changing feet, and you're kind of just like shuffling out, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, you're going to put your arms down. And so your left leg should be in the front, and your arms go down, and then after that you're going to cross your arms again, and then bring your left leg back. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And is that in succession? Let me see real quick. I have the video. Part of this you're not going to Yes, that is in succession. So the first person that's closest to me is going to go back first, and right after it's going to be like a ripple effect. So right after the next person goes back, and you kind of like look back when you do that. So you're not going to do that part at the same time. The rest of it at the beginning you're going to do together. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7 is going to be the ripple. So the first person goes back, and then the next, and then the next. And then on 8, the front person, the other stay, the front person is going to cross their arms and go out and kind of like just lift up towards me, and then I'm going to push them back, and that's going to cause all of you to fall to the ground. So you're going to, like I'm going to kind of push back, and then you're going to take your arm and just kind of like wave it, and then go when you go down. So it's kind of like a wave, and then you go down and look at the ground, and you should be kneeling on your left leg. Alright, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 1, and it's going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to go as a ripple as well. So I push the first one, they're going to go down, and then the next one's going to go. As soon as they start moving, then the next one starts, and that ripples too. I believe that's the only 2 ripples. I'll have to go through it to make sure, but yeah, so the up is on 8, and then you're gonna go down 2, 3, and then on 4, the front person is just gonna put their hand here, and I'm gonna act like I'm helping them up, and that's when I go to the other side, so I like skip to the other side. Oh yeah, this is another ripple. As I'm going in front of each person, each of you is gonna turn, so person's down, they put their hand up, and I kind of like help them up, and they're gonna, as they get up, they're gonna be turned to the back and face the where they came in. So you're gonna be facing your left. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. You're gonna just kind of crouch down. So everybody should be facing their left in a row, and I'm gonna be at the front of the line. So you kind of, it times out where you crouch down when I get to the front, and then that's when we start the next set. So that's, right there, that's already half of it. Don't kick my phone. That's half of it already, so that's the first 2 8 counts. So let's go over that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now the next part is the part that it's kind of fast. So you crouch down, and then on 1, you're gonna just straighten back up. So it's 1, 2, and you kind of like turn to your left. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 4 you're going to. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to turn back facing the camera, and your foot's going to be in the back, and you kind of have your hands on your chest, and then immediately turn back to where you're facing and like put up a stop sign. So get up, turn, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're kind of like just twitching your shoulder, and yeah, I'm doing the same part in the front, and then so that part we're actually all doing together. And then you turn 4, but then I do something different on this part. When you're actually facing me, and then you put your hand kind of like a stop sign, and then on count 5, I believe this is 4, and then 5, you're gonna kind of like ripple down and kind of squat again. Like you ripple your hand, squat again. Okay, so that was after the turn. Let's go from the ground. So the hand is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me run through that real quick. Almost done. After that is when you do the ripple, and then you kind of like bring your arms over, and your left arm is going to be up, and we're actually going to have our like elbows on each other's shoulder. In this part, we're going to move together and like have our arms up on each other's shoulder the whole time. Like even like the first person over here will have theirs on my shoulder, and I'm just going to be moving with you. And then we do the next part, which is kind of fast and where you scatter. But on that one part where you crouch down on 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, you kind of like crouch down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you turn immediately, do the stop sign, ripple, with your hand out straight, and then kind of like move your arms around, hand at the side, and then have your elbow up. And then after that is when we do over, right, left, right, leave. Stop. Yeah, it's like that. Okay. So you go 1, 2. Oh, 1 is a look over. So when you do your arms like this, you're all looking to the right, and then 1, you're going to look towards my direction. So you're all going to look and going to the left. And then after that, you start the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe that's right. So you go right, left, right. So it's like look over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is just like a swoop with your arms by up, and then kind of bend your elbows and bring them down in 7, 8, and that's when you're going to scatter. So the whole time you're doing up, down, and you're just going to go to a corner. Like the person over here that was closest to me at the end will probably go to the corner on the left in the front and leave that way, and the other 2 will scatter on this side. And I'm going to be going towards center stage, so just make sure that we don't hit each other or anything. So yeah, that's actually pretty much it. So I will go through it one more time slowly with counts, and then I will play it again and go through it, and then it should be good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me do that one more time. I kind of messed up the end. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Yeah, so the 1 is a look over. So you're looking over here at 1, and the whole time we're doing this, you're looking to the left. And then swoop over, up, down, back, and scatter. Okay, let me do it with the music, maybe 2 times so you can see it. And you can always slow it down when I'm doing with the music if you need to see it slowly that way too. Through it one more time, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Well, we should have get some time to practice it before we actually film it, probably the day of. If not, I can drive out there on a Sunday or something and go over that and shine if any of you need to go over that as well. So let me go over this one more time.